What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to see if 41-year-old 99 overall Aaron Rodgers can win the Pittsburgh Steelers a Super Bowl. So here we have 99 overall Aaron Rodgers, 99 speed, excel, agility, all the way down, 99 everything. So if we take a look at our teams, obviously we have Rodgers, Jalen Warren, Gainwell, Caleb Johnson, that's not his pitcher, Jonnu, Darnell, Hayward, Metcalf, Robert Woods, Calvin Austin, who I want to be the two, Roman Wilson, Scott Miller, Ben Skoranek. And we got Pat Freiermuth, Jonnu Smith, Darnell Washington, Broderick Jones, Isaac Seumalo, Zach Frazier, Mason McCormick, Troy Fautanu, TJ Watt, who should be a 99, Alex Highsmith, Cam Hayward, Peyton Wilson, Patrick Queen, Malik Harrison, Jalen Ramsey, Darius Slay, Joey Porter, Benny Bishop, Juan Thornhill, Deshaun Elliott, Chris Boswell, Cam Johnson, Corliss Waitman, Christian Kuntz. No, we're not having Aaron Rodgers returner kicks. That is kickoff. What? They trying to have the band do everything. Slot wide receiver is going to be Metcalf. So if we look at our team schedule, regular season, we got the Jets, Seahawks, Patriots, Vikings, the bye week, Browns, Bengals, Packers, Colts, Chargers, Bengals, Bears, Bills, Ravens, Dolphins, Lions, Browns, Ravens to finish. I think with 99 overall Rodgers, we might be able to get 13 or 14 wins, but I guess we'll have to wait and see. Week 1 versus the Jets was a win. Aaron Rodgers 168, 4 touchdowns. Justin Fields 118, 3 interceptions. Holy crap. Jalen Warren had 65, Gainwell had 48, Caleb Johnson had 18, Rodgers had 28. 67 for Metcalf, 52 for Austin, 32 for Freiermuth, and 9 for Jonnu, and 8 for Jalen Warren. Tackle leader for the Steelers was Cole Holcomb. Sacks, TJ had 1. And that was it. Interceptions, Queen had 1, Slay had 1, Thornhill had 1. So sitting at 2-0, 13-7 against the Seahawks. Rodgers had 183, no touchdowns, 1 interception, sacked 1 time. Darn 225, 1 interception. Jalen Warren had a touchdown for 54. Rodgers had 24 yards. Gainwell had 14. Metcalf had 7. 68 for Metcalf, 37 for Austin, 29 for Jonnu, 20 for Roman, 13 for Freiermuth, 10 for Jalen Warren, 6 for Gainwell. Holcomb had a half a sack. Alex Highsmith had 3.5. Peyton Wilson had a half a sack. Cam Hayward had half a sack. Interceptions went to Jalen Ramsey and then Julian Love. 3-0 as we beat the Patriots 28-0. Rodgers had 217, 1 touchdown, no sacks. Drake made 96, 1 interception, was sacked 6 times. Holy shit. 62 for Jalen Warren, 2 touchdowns. Rodgers 44, 1 touchdown. Gainwell 30, Metcalf 7. Receiving, Jonnu with 76, Calvin Austin with 66, Metcalf with 57 and a touchdown, Muth with 18. And that was it. Who had all these sacks? Tackle leader was Cole Holcomb. Sacks went to 2.5 to Highsmith, 1.5 to TJ, 1.5 to Derek Harmon, half a sack to Cam Hayward. Patrick Queen got an interception. 3-0. Going into the bye week, we are 4-0 with 85 overall, 84 offense, and 85 defense. We're 8th in offensive points per game, 19th in offensive passing yards per game, 5th in offensive rushing yards per game, 1st in defense points per game, 1st in defensive passing yards per game, and 1st, wait, go back. 5th in defensive rushing yards per game. This is the AFC. At the Bills at 3-1, Steelers and the Ravens at 4-0, Raiders at 3-1, and the Jaguars at 3-1. Patriots 0-4, Chiefs 0-4, Bengals 1-3, Titans 2-2. T.J. Watt leading the second, tied for third with sacks. Aaron Rodgers ain't on here nowhere. So you look at the schedule, look at the box score. Aaron Rodgers 256, 2 touchdowns, 1 sack. J.J. McCarthy 132, 1 touchdown, 7 sacks. This defense is getting after it. 90 yards on the ground for Jaylen Warren with 2 touchdowns. Aaron Rodgers 15. Gainwell 1, receiving 96 for Austin, 69 for Metcalf and a touchdown. 30 and a touchdown for Jonnu, 28 for Muth and Warren, 5 for Robert Woods. Patrick Queen led with tackles. The sacks went to T.J. Watt had 5. Peyton Wilson had 1. Alex Highsmith had 1. No interceptions. So going into the bye week, we're 4-0. Look at Rodgers' stats. 824, 87 for 112, 7 touchdowns, 1 interception, 76% completion rating, 4 sacks, longest is 23. Jaylen Warren 271, 5 touchdowns. Rodgers 111, 1 touchdown, game 193. Caleb Johnson 18, Metcalf 14, Jonnu 4. Receiving, Metcalf leading with 261 and 4 touchdowns, 251 and 1 touchdown for Austin, 144, 1 touchdown for Jonnu, 91 and 1 touchdown for Muth, 46 for Jalen, 20 for Roman, 6 for Gainwell, 5 for Robert Woods. Tackle leader is Cole Holcomb with 23. Sack leader is T.J. Watt with 7.5, followed by Alex Highsmith with 7. Interception leader is Patrick Queen with 2. Any forced fumbles, T.J. Watt with 1. And 2 fumble recoveries. So look around the league. Niners 4-0. Cowboys 0-4. Patriots 0-4. Chiefs 0-4. Jordan Love leading the passing. Derrick Henry leading the rushing. Puka leading the receiving. TJ up there for sacks. Interception is going to Porter. Tackle is going to Levante David. Going into week 6, Cleveland Brown week, we're an 85 overall, 84 offense, 88 defense. 17-3 win against the Cleveland Doo-Doo Browners. Aaron Rodgers 185, 2 touchdowns, no interception, sacked 5 times. Dang. Shador 126, 1 interception, sacked 3 times. Jalen with 41, Rodgers with 26, Gainwell with 11, receiving. Metcalf with 83, Muth with 35 and a touchdown, Calvin Austin with 35 and a touchdown, Jalen with 19, Darnell with 13. Cam Hayward with a sack, TJ with a sack, half sack for Queen and Highsmith. Juan Thornhill with an interception. Thursday night primetime game sees the Steel Boys pick up the win against the Bengals 31-17. Aaron Rodgers had 283, 2 touchdowns. Burrow 247, 2 touchdowns, sacked 4 times. On the ground, Jaylen Warren had a game 103, but he fumbled. Rodgers 28, Gainwell 14, Robert Woods 9. Jamar Chase had a game. Kevin Austin had 90. Robert Woods had 69. Deacon Metcalf had 60 and a touchdown. Muth had 39. Johnny Smith had 14. Jaylen Warren had 11. Defense is still defending. Highsmith half a sack. TJ a sack. Cam a sack. Cole Holcomb half a sack. No interceptions. Do see the big man Troy Fautano go out for 3 to 5 weeks with an upper arm fracture. That's going to hurt that offensive line a bunch. 27-24 win for the Steelboys against the Green Bay Packers, and probably the closest game yet. Aaron Rodgers 208 against his former team, 2 touchdowns, 1 sack. Jordan Love 290, 2 touchdowns, 2 sacks. Jaylen Warren 60. Kenneth Gainwell 22. Rodgers 22. Gainwell had a touchdown. On the receiving end, Christian Watson's had a game. Jaden Reed had a game. Kevin Austin had 50 and a touchdown. Muth 46, Robert Woods 43, Metcalf 41 and a tutty. Jalen Warren 21, Kenneth Gainwell 7. Defense, Patrick Queen, sacks, TJ Watt, Alex Highsmith, no interceptions. Here are the current NFL standings. Still boys, only undefeated team with 7 wins. Commanders are 6-2. Oh, Ravens are 7-0. Bills 6-1. Eagles 6-2. Niners 6-2. Titans 6-2. Packers 5-2. Giants and the Broncos and the Chargers 5-3. Texans, Seahawks, Raiders, Lions, Vikings 4-3. Jaguars, Cardinals, Falcons 3-4. Chiefs, Colts, Buccaneers, Panthers 3-5. Bears, Rams 2-5. Browns, Bengals, Cowboys, Jets, Dolphins 2-6, and the Patriots and the Saints are the 2 worst teams at 1-7. Still no Aaron Rodgers for passing. Bosa's is up there with Highsmith and Watt with 10 sacks. Nobody else for the Steel Boys on the stat sheets. We are currently sitting at a 85, 84, 88, 6 in points, 23rd in passing yards, 8th in rushing yards, 1st in opposing points per game, 3rd in opposing passing yards per game, and 1st in opposing rushing yards per game. Next, we have the Colts. Another big win for the Gold and Black, 21-3 against the Indianapolis Colts. Rodgers 159, no touchdowns, 2 sacks. Anthony Richardson 132, 1 interception, 7 sacks. Good gosh. Jalen 60-2. Rodgers 26. Caleb 8 and 1 touchdown. Robert Woods 3 yards. Receiving, Calvin Austin for 63. Muth for 53. Metcalf for 24. Robert Woods for 12. Jalen Warren for 7. Defense, Cole Holcomb. Sacks, Holcomb had 2. Cam had 2. TJ had 2. Highsmith had 1. And Jalen Ramsey had an interception. Still Boys is in full effect. We are currently 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8-0. Next team we got is the Chargers. Just a side note, one thing I wish that they would allow us to do is to add X factors to play that you increase the overall to, because he should be a superstar X factor with all the dev traits, but Madden doesn't allow that. So here's a little look at our roster. We got obviously 99 Aaron Rodgers, Cam Hayward's a 99, TJ Watt had already been a 99, Ramsey's up to a 96, Highsmith's up to an 89, Metcalf's up to an 88, Zach Frazier's up to an 87, Muth at an 87, Jalen Warren at 86, Slay 85, PQ 85, Deshaun Elliott 83, Isaac Seumalo 82, Cole Holcomb 81, Fatanu 80, 78 for Calvin and Peyton Wilson and Juan Thornhill, 77 for McCormick and Kenneth Gainwell, 76 and 75 for Robert Woods and Broderick Jones. Boys is playing up. 38-7 win against the Los Angeles Chargers. Another big win. Let's see what our boy 99 Rodgers did. 242, 3 touchdowns, 2 sacks. Herbert 158, 1 touchdown, 2 sacks, 2 interceptions, 8 sacks. The defense is legendary right now. 57 and a tutty for our boy Jalen Warren, 40 for Rodgers, 13 for Caleb Johnson and a touchdown, 4 for Robert Woods. Najee Harris with 1 attempt for 2 yards. Seems like Najee, no disrespect. 100 yards for DK Metcalf, 59 for Muth and a tutty, 41 and a tutty for Robert Woods, 19 for Austin, 12 for Jonnu, 11 for Jalen Warren. Cole Holcomb out there killing it on the tackles and the sacks. 2 for TJ, 2 for Cam, 1.5 for Cole, 1 for Peyton, 1 for Highsmith, half a sack for PQ, interception for Juan Thornhill and Jalen Ramsey. We are holding these boys down. Sitting at 9-0, 85, 84, 88. 4th, 17th, 9th, 1st. Kenneth Gainwell was out. Still undefeated, so were the Ravens. Best team out in the NFC are the Eagles and the Niners. All right. It is Bengals week again. Let's see if the Steel Boys can pull out another win. Another huge win for the Blitzburg Steelers, 27-24, and another close one, this time against the Bengals. 234, 2 touchdowns for Burrow, 298, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, 3 sacks apiece for the quarterbacks. Jalen Warren, 84 and a tutty. Rodgers, 49. Caleb Johnson, 27. Woods, 4. 131 for Jahan Dotson. Dang. 97 for Muth and a tutty. 82 and a tutty for Woods. 58 for Austin. 45 for Roman. 16 for Janu. This time our tackle leader is Darius Slay. Sack leader is going to be Alex Highsmith and TJ Watt. Darius Slay. Interception was thrown to Dax Hill. Going into Chicago versus the Bears at 10-0, 85, 84, 88. Almost at 12 wins. Another big win for the Steel Boys, 20-7. Caleb Williams couldn't get it done. 218 and a touchdown, 1 sack, 164, 1 touchdown, and 6 sacks. Good gosh. Jalen Warren, 59 and a touchdown. Aaron Rodgers, 7. Caleb, 6. Caleb, 5. Robert Woods, 1. Receiving, Robert Woods, 55. Muth, 55. Metcalf, 53 and a tutty. 45 for Calvin. And then 10 for Jalen Warren. Defense. PQ for the tackles. Sacks goes to Peyton Wilson. 1 for Highsmith, 1 for Cole Holcomb, 1 for the young bull from Oregon, Derek Harmon. 1 for Cam Hayward, half a sack for TJ. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Interceptions, no interceptions. Next game against Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills, sitting at 11-0. They're 9-2. We are playing 425 at Acrisure Stadium. All right, 12-0 going in against the Ratbirds. 28-23 win against the Buffalo Bills. $179, 1 touchdown, no interceptions, 3 sacks for our boy Aaron Rodgers. 207, 2 touchdowns for Josh Allen. Rushing, Jalen Warren, 54 and 2 touchdowns. Caleb Johnson, 49 and a tutty. 43 for our man Rodgers. Calvin Austin with 6. Receiving, see Metcalf, 90. 52 for Robert Woods and a tutty. Calvin Austin, 29. Janu, 8. Defense, tackle leader was Cam Hayward. Sack leader was Cam Hayward with 1. No interceptions. Our boy Rodgers still not on the passing yards. TJ Watt still holding out on the sacks at 16 now. All right, 12-0 going against the Ratbirds. Battle of the 2 final undefeated teams. We are sitting at 86, 84, 89. They are in 89, 91, 88. They're second, 29th, first, third, fifth, and third. We're 5th, 12th, 5th, first, and first. They're missing Kyle Van Noy, Jones, and Robert Stanley. The Browns and the Bengals are both 3-9 in the division. Bills killing their division. Titans are winning the AFC South. AFC West is being led by the Denver Broncos. We've already clinched for the playoffs. So has the Ravens and the Bills. Eagles are 9-3. Packers are 9-3. Niners 9-4. Titans 8-4. Broncos 8-4. Chargers, Raiders, Commanders, Vikings all 7-5. Giants 7-6. Chiefs, Jaguars, Lions, Buccaneers, Rams, Seahawks, Cardinals all 6-6. Falcons, Colts 5-7. Bears, Saints, Texans 4-8. Panthers 4-9. Browns and Bengals 3-9. The Patriots are 3-2. Cowboys, Jets, and the Dolphins are all 2-10. All right. And we suffer our first loss to the Ratbirds from Baltimore in a 14-37 blowout. 231, 3 touchdowns for Lamar, 181, 2 touchdowns, 3 sacks for Rodgers. Derrick Henry, 144, 59 for Jalen Warren, 41 for Rodgers, 26 for Lamar. and a touchdown. Caleb 14. Bateman had a game 101 with Tutty. 58 for Woods and a touchdown. 50 for Hopkins and a touchdown. Zay Flowers 48, 44 for John, 38 for DK. Calvin had 38. Andrews 24 and a tutty. Caleb 31 and a tutty. Defense. Deshaun Elliott led us in tackles. We had no sacks. They got one from Adafe Owe, Mike Green, and Marlon Humphrey. No interceptions. So our undefeated season is scrapped, but we are still 12-1. Going to a Monday night primetime game at Acrisure against the Dolphins at an 86, 84, 89, 12-1. 6, 14, 4th, 1st, 3rd, and 1st. No injuries. They're missing Darren Waller and Marshall Jr. All right. Uh-oh, it's happening again. We're starting to fall apart at the end of the season. Another loss, 23-17 to the Miami Dolphins. Oh my gosh. We're going to see it fall apart like we did last year. 2 of 217, 2 touchdowns, 4 sacks. 201, 1 touchdown, 1 sack for Rodgers. 64 and a touchdown for Warren. 33 for Rodgers. 8 for Caleb. 6 for Kenneth Gainwell. See, Calvin Austin was 71. Metcalf with 56 and a touchdown. Muth with 51. Jalen Warren with 13. Robert Woods with 10. Cole Holcomb was still killing the tackles. 2 sacks. Half a sack for Watton, Queen, and Hayward and Harmon. No interceptions. So we're starting to fall apart. That's not good. Back-to-back losses. Week 16 at Ford Field against the Lions. We're 7-7. We're 86, 84, 89. They're 88, 89, 87. 7th, 13th, 4th, 1st, 3rd, 1st. We're missing Isaac Seimalu. They're missing Reeder, Montgomery, Sewell, and Gibbs. This should be an easy win. We're now 2nd in the AFC North. We still have our clinch. Let's see if we can go and pull this win out against the Detroit Lions. Torn labrum, 3 to 5 weeks. Isaac Seimalu, dang. We do pull off the win against the injured Detroit Lions, 34-13. 131 touchdown, 4 sacks, 223, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 3 sacks. Caleb Johnson had a game, 122, 2 touchdowns, no fumbles. Grumble, young man, Grumble, 80 for Warren, so we killed it on the ground. Rodgers, 26, Kenneth Gainwell, 11, Woods, 4. Our leading receiver was DK Metcalf with 45, Woods with 28, Calvin with 28, Gainwell with 15, Muth with 7, Warren with 7. Defense, tackle leader was Slay, being big play. TJ with 2, Highsmith with 1. Jalen Ramsey and Deshaun Elliott both with an interception. We led on offensive yards gained, offensive rushing yards, first downs, total yards gained, third down conversions, red zone percentage was 75, red zone touchdowns was 2. All right, so we are now sitting at 13-2. Going against the Doo-Doo Browns in Cleveland, who are 3-12 with an 82, 80, 85. They are 32nd, 29th, 31st, 27th, 24th, and 30th. We're 6th, 3rd, 1st, 2nd, and 1st. Isaac Seimalu is still out. This is new. Weekly recap. Is it going to load?
Plenty of action to get to. We'll begin at MetLife Stadium. The Giants.
Oh, this is pretty legit.
The Minnesota Vikings. And it's the second-year running back Tyrone Tracy. He's going to take this one in. 11
Tyrone Tracy.
Touchdown run.
Jackson Dart starting, I'm guessing. There's Malik Neighbors. He's hitting the gritty. Oh, this is pretty cool, but that's not why we're here. Sure, we'll watch this. Chiefs beat the Titans, who are they're both 9-6. Mahomes had 4 touchdowns. Cam Ward had 2 touchdowns. I'm gonna have to use this for later videos.
The Chiefs win their 4th straight as they get the victory here.
Jaguars and the Broncos 7-7 versus 8-6.
It's the Broncos hosting the Jacksonville Jags. And it's Travis.
Another win against the Browns, 28-20. Too close for comfort for a team that's that bad. We led in everything but turnovers and red zone percentage. Aaron Rodgers 208, 2 touchdowns, 1 sack. Shador 176, 3 sacks. Rushing, Jalen Warren 64, Caleb 55 and 2 touchdowns. Rodgers 26, Gainwell 12. Receiving, Robert Wood 68 and a touchdown. DK Metcalf 41, 1 touchdown. Calvin 40, Move 34, Jono 18, Caleb 5, Warren 2. Defense, tackle leader was Cam Hayward with 5. Sack leader was Nick Herbig with 1. Derek Harmon with 1. Another one from the Young Bull. Love to see that. Interceptions, none. Joe Burrow still leading passing yards. Derrick Henry still leading rushing. Chase with receiving. Greg Rousseau with 27 sacks. What in the hell? 6 interceptions is the top. 120 tackles is the top there. NFL standings going into the last week. Ravens are still undefeated at 16-0. Eagles 12-4. Steelers 14-2. Packers 12-4. Bills 12-4. Niners 11-5. Raiders 11-5. Chiefs 10-6. As well as the Titans 9-7 for the Seahawks, Jaguars, and the Giants. Broncos 8. Vikings, Chargers, Lions, Commanders, Buccaneers, Cardinals, Rams. Damn, all those teams are 8-8. Colts 7-9. Bears, Panthers, Saints all 6-10. 5-11 for the Bengals, Falcons, and the Texans. Dolphins and the Cowboys 4-12 with the Patriots. Browns 3-13. Jets 2-14. So maybe Aaron Rodgers wasn't the problem. So 14-2 going our last game at home against the Ratbirds, who ruined our undefeated season. They are 90, 92, 88. We're in 86, 85, 89. They're second, 28th, first, second, sixth, and second. We're 5th, 15th, third, first, second, and first. TJ Watt is out. Isaac Salmalu is out. They're missing Kyle Van Noy and Kyle Allen. Damn, there's some stats for you guys. We do pick up the win, 21-18 against the Baltimore Ravens in the final game of the season. Oh, no, we don't need that. We need team schedule. We don't need that. We need regular season. So we finished with the win against the Ravens, winning the offensive yards gained, offensive passing yards, offensive first downs, total yards gained, third down conversions. Aaron Rodgers 322 touchdowns, 5 sacks. Lamar 145, 2 touchdowns, 1 sack, no interceptions. 84 for King Henry, 57 for Jalen, a touchdown. Caleb Johnson 23, Rodgers 22, and that was it. Receiving leader was Calvin Austin with 115. Robert Woods 106, 2 touchdowns. Muth with 37. Warren with 34. Metcalf with 17. He had the clamps on him. Caleb Johnson had 11. Defense, Cole Holcomb killing the tackles. Sack leader was Nick Herbig with 1. No interceptions. All right, so if we go to the playoff picture, we do not have the bye. The Ravens have the bye. So we have Bills, Titans, Chiefs, Raiders, Steelers versus Jaguars. We got to get our get back from 2016. Was it 2018? 2017? You know when it was. Eagles get a bye. Packers, Cardinals, Niners, Seahawks, Buccaneers, Giants. We got 2 new injuries. Zach Frazier dislocated elbow 2 to 4 weeks. Peyton Wilson dislocated hip 4 to 8 weeks. Yikes. So we were 86, 85, 89, finishing 15-2 going into the playoffs. They're 82, 80, 85 going into the playoffs. That's 10-7. 6th, 12th, 3rd, 1st, 2nd, 1st. Those are our injuries. That's their injuries. All right. So here we go. Pittsburgh Steelers versus the Jacksonville Jaguars. Wild card. We are going to be wearing Yeah, one time for the one time. And then they're going to wear... It's not going to show me what they look like? Oh, I guess I can't do that because I don't even know what they're wearing. Yeah, I guess we'll wear the away. Alright, here we go. In Jacksonville, Steelers versus Jaguars. Can we finally get a playoff win for the first time in almost a damn decade? Alright, we get a touchdown. They get a field goal. We get a field goal, 10-3, 17-3 touchdown us. They get a touchdown, 17-10, 17-17, 2017 field goal for the win. And the Steel Boys move on to the next round of the playoffs. So here are the playoff stats: 17 for 21, 145, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. 17 for 25, 144, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Jalen Warren 19, no touchdowns. Rodgers 27, Gainwell 5, Romo Wilson -4, Robert Woods 2. Receiving sees Freiermuth with 33, Austin with 47, Gainwell with 16, Metcalf with 23 and a touchdown, Robert Woods with 10, Johnny with 7, Caleb with 9 and a touchdown. Defensively, TJ Watt with the tackles, sacks, 3 for him. Interceptions goes to Joey Porter Jr. Shout out to JPJ. Team stats. We led in rushing yards. What? I don't understand that. Alright. Moving on to the next round. So here's the updated playoff record. We do have the Ravens Sunday game at 3:05. Bills Chiefs. Battle of the Birds, Eagles versus Seahawks, Packers versus the Buccaneers. The Bills beat the Titans 24-27. 27-24. Chiefs beat the Raiders 27-24. We won 20-17. Packers put the stomping on the Cardinals 31-13. Seahawks beat the Raiders, the Niners 21-18. And the Buccaneers beat the Giants 27-14. All right. Here we go. 88-90. We're at 86, 85, 89. They're 90, 92, 88. 6, 12, third, first, second, 30th, first, second, 10th, second. Robert Woods is out. Zach Frazier's out. Peyton Wilson's out. Derek Harmon's out. They're missing Whitehair. That is very alarming. We're missing a lot of people. All right, here we go. Battle of the AFC North, Steelers, Ravens. Team that broke our undefeated streak, but we beat them to end the season. Boo. Boo. Here goes Lamar. Presentation this year is actually pretty good. Not even gonna lie. Seven 0, 7-7, 7-10, 10-10, 10-17, 17-17, 24-7, 24-24, 24-24, minute 26 left, minute 11. Three-yard rush. 54 seconds. We got all 3 timeouts. 2-yard rush. 5-yard rush. First down, 25 seconds. They have no timeouts. 35-yard field goal, 19 seconds. Kickoff by Rodgers. Seven seconds. Pass knocked away by Darius Slay. Big play Slay. And the Steel Boys move on 27-24. Let's go. Both teams finished 16-2. Yeah. Yeah. We in there. Still, boys. Let's go, Blitzburg. Moving on. Look at the player stats, team stats. Yard per pass attempt, 10.4. Red zone touchdowns, 3. So, Lamar couldn't get it done. 19 of 25, 230, 76 yard percent completion rating, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. Rodgers, 18 of 22, 228, 81% completion rating, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. Lamar, 52, Warren, 30. King Henry couldn't get it done. Rodgers with 30. Peyton Wilson, Roman Wilson with -2. DK 144 had a game. He had to get his get back, 2 touchdowns. Calvin 72. Hendricks almost had 100 yards. Muth had 5. Roman Wilson had 5. Jalen Warren had 2. Wilson also had a touchdown though. Defensively, Darius Slay led us in tackles, sacks. Sean with 1, Alex with 1. Interceptions. Malik Harrison with an interception. All right, moving on, boys. Here we go, Steelers. So, in the AFC Championship, we will be seeing Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs, who are finished 11-6, 88, 88, 88. They're at 9th, 2nd, 26, 15, 24th, 15th. They have no players out. We're still missing Robert Woods, Peyton Wilson, and Derek Harmon. Updated playoff bracket. They beat the Bills 27-23. Eagles move on past the Seahawks 21-17. Packers beat the Buccaneers 21-13. So in the championship, we have Packers versus Eagles, Steelers versus Chiefs. All right, last time we was here was against the Patriots in 2017 when was it Jesse James that caught that pass that they called it an incomplete? I do believe so. Fake fan, right? 86 versus 88. Let's lock in. Oh, and it's snowing. Snowing hard. Can we take down Patty Mahomes and Travis Kelce to get to the Super Bowl? Guess we'll find out. There goes Chris Jones. The presentation is looking pretty crisp. Pretty crisp. All right. It's snowing like a mug. No score. No score. 3-0. Come on, boys. Don't go down like this. Incomplete pass. Pass thrown away. 6-yard reception. We got all 3 timeouts. A minute and 8 seconds. Pass thrown away. 2nd and 10. 11-yard reception. 1 timeout left. 14 yards. 1st and 10. 41 seconds. 6 yards. 1 timeout. No timeouts. 29 seconds. 22 seconds. 7 seconds. And we lose 3-0. Oh my gosh. We were that close to the fucking Super Bowl. That close. That hurts. 17, 27, 193, no touchdowns, no interceptions, 5 of 9, 50 yards. 26, 30, 30, 62, 35, 23, 43. Wow. Joey Porter led us in tackles. TJ had 2.5 sacks. Keanu had half a sack. One thrown had half a sack. Husmith had half a sack. Dang, dude. That fucking blows. We should have took the field goal. Spike and took a field goal. And we get a rematch of last year, Chiefs versus Eagles in the Super Bowl, with the Packers losing 24-27. Damn. And we lost 3-0. That's fucking trash. And the Eagles go back-to-back, 27-21, with Jalen Hurts winning the Super Bowl MVP, Josh Allen MVP, John Harbaugh wins Coach of the Year, Lamar wins Offensive Player of the Year, Defensive Player goes to Khalil Mack, Rookie of the Year goes to Cam Ward, Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Oladejo. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Dang. Then where'd Rodgers go? Did he retire? Yep, Rodgers retires. Who else retired? Jimmy Ward, Greg Zerlin, Judon, Kevin Zeitler, Christian Coots, Cam Hayward, Robert Woods, Devondre Campbell, DeMarcus Lawrence, Taysom Hill, Demario Davis, Cam Jordan, Bobby Wagner, Von Miller, Raheem Mostert, DeAndre Hopkins, Rob Havenstein, George Font, Eric Kendricks, Shaquille Barrett, Geno Smith retires, Morgan Moses, Andy Dalton, Adam Thielen, Graham Glasgow, Tim Patrick, Tyrod Taylor, Trent Williams, Kyle Juszczyk, David Andrews, Leonard Floyd, Kirk Cousins, Nelson Aguilar, Lane Johnson, Khalil Mack, Keenan Allen, Matt Prater, Calais Campbell, Preston Smith, Jordan Poyer, Nick Folk, Samaje Perine, Stephon Gilmore, Joe Thuney, Robert Tonyan. Who else do we know? Gerald Everett. Joe Flacco retires. Michael Thomas. Miko Pruitt. Efe Odaba. Arthur Marlette, Mercedes Lewis, Kareem Jackson, Hayden Hurst, Cordell Patterson, Dalvin Cook, Matt Breida, Odell Beckham. Some GOATs done retired. Wow. Wow. That's fucking crazy. Dang, we can't even see what his final season stats look like because he fucking retired. So we finished 15-2, made it all the way to the AFC Championship game, lose 3-0. Well, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what other player I should make a 99, see how far they can make it for their team. As always, I've been your host, your favorite neighborhood crabman. Until next time, peace.